As you all know, the world is looking for alternative fuels, that is non-conventional as well as the conventional sources we have, especially renewable and non-renewable. These non-renewable sources, after some time, it will be depleted, as we all know. We need to go for some alternative resources. The first and foremost difference, how this will be differentiating with respect to the basic aspects, with respect to the technologies, as well as the what about the economic aspects. Generally, these sources, these renewable energy sources, have large potential, which is contributed to the sustainable development, which is wide variety of the socio-economic and environmental benefits. The main sector which will be affecting, we can focus as environmental sector. These renewable energy sources, especially the world, they are using certain types of the plants, operations, which is ongoing process is going on. Still, it has to be developed as per the real economic potential is to be considered. Therefore, not only getting these energy resources, but also we need to mainly focus on environmental aspects. Especially as per the industrial sector, the industrialization is the main focus. Nowadays, there is a fourth industrial revolution is into the picture. These industrial sectors, how they will be depleting the sources, which is naturally available sources, especially the gases, the solids, and liquids which are coming from the various types of the sources. How it may be causes into the global warming and other problems which is related to the fossil fuels. As we all know, the fossil fuels will be having more pollutants like carbon monoxide, oxides. It may be forms as a acid rain problems, ozone layer depletion, etc. As of now, as per the research is concerned, definitely the global scenario, they were looking for alternative fuels. This all renewable energy technologies, generally it will not appropriate to all applications and locations. It may be varying as per the geographical conditions, locations, etc. For example, solar. We are staying in Gulf country from last 10 years. We were having the temperature maximum up to 52 degrees centigrade. If you are able to compare with our place in India, we may have 42, 43 or 40. There may be change of 10 degrees centigrade because of the global warming conditions. Here the industries are more, the desert is more, obviously the temperature will be more. Therefore, in this area, we can able to focus the main renewable energy source, that is solar energy. 365 days, we may get the solar energy with plenty of radiations. The main thing is the government, they have to initiate some projects. Already they have initiated, still some industries are under pipeline. They are producing a huge amount of solar energy, which is coming from the sunlight. And second priority is wind, because there is a open land area is available here. They can able to construct the wind energy thermal power plants. Therefore, as I said earlier, these renewable energy sources or technologies are not appropriate for all applications as well as the locations. Therefore, as with conventional energy production, there are some environmental issues need to be considered. That is the main focus here. Coming to the basic background of this renewable energy sources, as we know, we have solar, wind energy, biomass energy, geothermal, and hydro. This will be contributing the major sector in the sustainable development. Therefore, this exploitation, which is in commercial market, is especially low in nature, being constrained by cost and uncompensated benefits, as well as the some intermediate supplies also will be comes into the picture, as well as the institutional considerations. In this aspect, we need to mainly concentrating on the main two sectors, solar and wind energy, which is the major potential sectors we can able to say. And based on this, we can able to find out what is the impact on climatic conditions. If you able to see in this table, there are various pollutants which is coming from carbon dioxide, pollutants like carbon dioxide, oxides of sulfur, oxides of the nitrogen, which is the environmental implications of the renewables, which will be impacting on different types of the sectors, which may be coming from hydro, solar, wind, geothermal, how much amount of the production capacities which will be coming with respect to the sources, geothermal, wind, solar, and hydro. Therefore, we need to maintain some proper technologies to maintain these type of renewable energy sources, and based on these technologies, how it will be impacts on the climate changes. It may be affecting on the ecosystem because the globe, the planet which is having both living as well as the non-living systems. We have biotic as well as the abiotic, and it may be having some impact on the food production. On an average, the global temperature is relatively increasing by 1 degree centigrade, and there is a falling of the crops. That means food falling crops, which may be having the major impact on developing regions. Some of the countries, as you all know, they are suffering for the food also, especially African countries. The US government will be supporting some funding to these underdeveloped countries where they may not have this development regions. And similarly, the water. There is a small mountain glaciers disappears. This has been converted into the water. Ultimately, it has been impacting on the mean sea levels. The sea level rise will be happening. That may be threatened to the major cities, as we all know. Because recently we have seen the floods at Hyderabad, the floods at Bangalore, the floods at Bombay. This is because of the uncertainty in climatic conditions due to the atmospheric instability. Having said that, there is a extreme weather events. It may have risk of abrupts and major irreversible changes. The seasonal changes may not be happening properly, and increase of the risk of the dangerous feedbacks and large scale shifts in the climatic systems. We may not expect the rains as per the monsoons. We may not expect the winter season as per our cyclic system. Therefore, there is a change of order with respect to the climatic conditions. And as a part of this, as we mentioned earlier, based on the geological location or geological conditions, the impact will be varying, the intensity may be varying, and it also depends on the specific technology. What is the advanced technology they are able to use to minimize the impact of these energy production capacity which is on the Earth planet, that need to be mainly concentrated. Our ultimate aim is we need to go for an alternative. Instead of fossil fuels, we need to go for the renewables. That is the main focus as per the study. Generally, if you are able to put some questions, why we have to go for this renewable energy, why it is important. Simple way they can able to classify helps environment. That means helps environment in the sense the emission rate of the pollutants will be less as compared to the conventional fuels. And in addition to this, the economy benefits. These renewable energy sources can bring stability to the energy price by increasing the number of sources of energy used to meet the demand. Because everywhere the global demand, the energy consumption will be rising day by day because of the population, because of the proper utilization of the energy resources. Ultimately, each and every sector, the energy utilization has been increasing, especially industrial sector, household sector, domestic, everywhere. Therefore, if you are able to go for this one, we can able to benefit some of the economic aspects. Instead of getting high price, we may get the low price. And provide security, because if these fossil fuels were able to deplete, and we have to go for alternatively compulsory. That is the reason if we have natural abundant sources like solar and wind energy, we can have a security for the production of energy sector, and multiple energy sources that can be provide reliability because of its production dips in natural gas, or any fossil fuels, other energy sources has to be concentrated, especially our target is solar, wind, hydro, etc. And similarly, we may have another improves the public health. If the pollutant concentration is limited or minimum, definitely it will be impact on the public health system. Therefore, the hospitalization expenses will be minimized, and those who are having some seasonal diseases or long-term diseases, they may have some relaxation from this type of pollutants. And ultimately, the final goal, as per the student's point of view, as per the career point of view, it will be supporting some job growth. There is some alternate jobs may be created, those who are waiting for the job opportunities. That is also we need to be considered. As we mentioned earlier, the demand of the solar energy has been gradually increases, but these are all the statistics will be varying year by year. And the annual solar PV global capacity, and it will be gradually increases from 2008 to 2018, but it is now up to 2022. It is ultimately exponentially it will be increasing. This is because of the huge consumption of the energy sources from solar as well as the wind sources. Good. Having said that, this renewable energy sources, there is a lot of impact, as we all know. Therefore, slides are moving, sir.
Yes, sir. Now we are on the 7th slide, sir.
7th means environmental impact of renewable energy.
Why renewable energy is important? That one, sir.
Okay.
There are.
This is now it is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Environmental impact. Yes,
yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Right. Especially the main sector which is focusing on this is electricity from the renewable energy sources, especially between 90 to 90% less GHG, that is greenhouse gases, which has to be compared with respect to the coal-fired power plants, which is having 70 to 90% less pollution. We will be comparing with respect to the emission rate of the pollutants, both renewable as well as the non-renewable sources. Especially while if we are able to focusing on these fossil fuels, definitely we need to go for another alternative mechanisms to treat these gases before discharging into the environment. That is the main focus. Having said that, this environmental problems, which is directly related to the energy production, not only this energy production, but also it will be having consumption in air pollution, climatic changes, water pollution, thermal pollution, and solid waste disposal. These are all the common areas, core areas, which is related to the environmental sectors. Therefore, the government or ministries has to be frame certain rules and regulations how they can able to overcome this air pollutants discharge from industrialization that has to be concentrated. As we mentioned earlier, there is a overpopulation, right? Burning of the fossil fuels, deforestation, definitely it may be affecting on standards as well as the environmental impact. If you can see here the potential solutions to these environmental problems with the harmful pollutant emissions, here we can see some of the core areas where this will be related directly or indirectly, the potential solutions for these environmental problems or environmental impact. Some causes may be having simple in nature, some may be intermediate or some may be severe in nature. They need to go for renewable energy technologies. And one more thing is coal cleaning technology. Even though if you are going for the fossil fuel technology, we need to select the coal cleaning technologies. And one more important thing here is cogeneration and direct heating. That is one of the main focus. And alternative energy dimensions have to be concentrated. And similarly, promoting the public transport. Generally, people will be transporting by their own vehicles. Instead of going their own vehicles, they have to be prefer the public transport. Carbon or fuel taxes, especially we can able to see in our place, Delhi, they are using even and odd numbers because of these pollution problems. And wherever the possibility is there, we need to go for the recycling techniques. And one more potential sources of the renewable energy. Here we have hydro-based renewable energy sectors, biomass-based renewable energy, wind-based renewable energy, and solar-based renewable energy. And this technology, they have to make some workshops. They have to educate the people what is the importance of the solar, what is the importance of the wind, biomass, and tidal. Then only it will be reaching to the public, especially the rural areas. If the rural areas will be having the more grasping of this type of nature, definitely it will be spreading like anything. This is the main area we need to be concentrated. Even though the town areas and all, they will listen, but they may not implement it. And some of the summaries you can able to see here as per the category of the impact, emission of different type of sources. It may be harmful chemicals, greenhouse gases, other emissions, which is having the harmful in nature. It may directly or indirectly, it will be affecting on our health systems. That is the main thing we need to be focused. The main sectors which will be affecting here is the water. The quality of the water, we need to be very, very careful because unexpectedly they may releasing these discharges into the land or water bodies wherever it is possible because they have to clean their tanks. They will be discharging in somewhere. But as environmental engineers, they need to be test as per the requirements. Then only they can able to deliver. If there is anything, they have to make some stringent actions. And this is also same area. Now, if you allow me, I will share some of the information. One of the case study which has been done by our master students, that is the Techno economic analysis and optimization of solar and wind energy systems for power generation and hydrogen production in Oman. This is under publication stage elsewhere, and there is a very good results has been achieved from this study. The main aim of this work. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. The main aim of this work here is hydrogen generation utilizing the renewable energy. Generally, they were mainly concentrating on solar as well as the wind energy because that is the only the future development which is related to the global sustainable energy sector. Having said that, the Sultanate of Oman, which is having 365 days, the solar energy is available, wind energy is available. The rainfall is, we can say, less than 0.1%. Unexpected rains will be happening sometimes here. That day we will get holiday here. Therefore, in Sultanate of Oman, currently integrating the renewable energy sources, solar photovoltaic systems with wind energy, that is, they are coupling or integrating these two for producing the huge amount of energy from these renewable energy sources. And the main focus here is the power generation and hydrogen manufacturing in Sultanate of Oman by these resources. For this, several optimization methodologies or techniques were adopted for comparison of the energy production cost, especially various hybrid systems configurations using the simulation software Homer. Homer's software they are using for the configuration of these energy sources. For this study, we have been investigated techno-economical analysis, what type of technology and how far it is the best for the Oman. That has to be concluded at the end. And the majority of the fields where the radiation intensity is more than 2200 kilowatt hour per meter square, that has been focused. The areas we call it as here Marmul area, Fahud area, Sohar, Fairan, Hariti. This is the most significant sun radiations which is available in Oman. And we have some literature mapping for this one. Literature survey has been done for this analysis. And where is the lacking of this literature to get this techno-economical analysis of the solar and wind energy systems as per the literature mapping. And if you go for the background of the scenario, the one important thing here is decarbonization is the most important steps here. And therefore, Oman is having the more potential source of the solar and wind. For this, how we can able to face a big challenge for the rapid economic growth with the present needs addressed with the low carbon content. If it is low carbon content, definitely it will be having the less emission to the atmosphere. These points has been investigated in the study. The potential of the power generation and hydrogen production, and we have analyzed the various effects of variations of solar radiation and wind speed on power generation, and optimization of energy storage system, identifying the cost effective configuration by using this simulation Homer, and we have done some optimization studies. Ultimately, we were able to calculate some of the cost for the green hydrogen production with respect to the levelized cost, with respect to the identifying the cost variables, which is directly influencing on hydrogen production by utilizing on the solar region. Having said that, here in this optimization techniques, we have three stages. One is data collection, second one is modeling and simulation, and third one is analyzing the outcomes. Here the data gathering is which is comes from the solar radiation and wind speed, and we have used some hybrid components for the configuration, then followed by the modeling, and we have developed some set of modeling equations, and we have been used this Homer software to analyzing the issues, and finally we have been calculated the economic cost analysis. Coming to the methodology for this operation, we need to evaluate the renewable energy sources, how much amount of solar energy and wind energy has been focused, and what are the hybrid system components, and what are their level of configurations, first level and second level configurations, and analyzing the load demand, that is also we have followed, and selection of the hybrid system, which one will be suitable for our operation, and feasibility of the hybrid systems, and by using Homer, how we can able to develop as per the given conditions of the loading conditions. Ultimately, if you see the region where it is available in Oman, we call it as a Salala. The area we call it as a Salala. This is one of the coolest place in Oman. We can feel it's like a Kerala. We may have some Kharif season like Kerala, Momar. We may feel the cold climatic condition at this area. It's look like an Indian space, which will be latitude is 17 and longitude is 54, east, north, this one. And we can able to see daily solar radiations, that is 5.65 kilowatt hour per meter square per day. The average wind speed is 6.33 in this area. Therefore, based on the statistical data, we have been analyzed monthly average solar radiations with different parts of the Oman, like Salala, Marmul area, Fuhud area. And we were able to simulate this one with respect to the two systems. One is system number 1 and system number 2. We can see the hydrogen loading, HT tank, AC electrical load, DC, and PV cells. This is the sector where we have to be focused. And ultimately, from system 1 and system 2, it has been linked to the simulation. If you are able to see this cash flow of the system, how the variation of the cost, which is ranging from one position to the another position, and monthly variation also has been calculated. What is the monthly average electricity production for the system? And we can see the generic flat rates, which is having 31.6%, and rest is with respect to the 3 kilowatts, we have 68.4%. Together, it is having 100%. And this is one of the case study we were able to concentrate. And similarly, we can see some of the graphical representation here with respect to the monthly variation. How much amount of hydrogen can be produced by using hydrolysis method from January to December? How with respect to the kg per year, the hydrogen consumption in system 2, and similarly we can able to show system 1 also. And at the end, we have concluded as per the system 1 and system 2 with respect to the different parameters, PV array, wind turbine, batteries, converters, wind production, electrolyzers, etc. These are all the statistical information has been projected here. This is here I am only focusing on one important region, that is called Salala. And remaining other areas also has been compared, and ultimately how feasibility has been done, how far it is best for the needs. Coming to this conclusion of this study which is having quantifying hydrogen generation has been done, and we have been calculated how much amount of electricity green hydrogen production cost, which is related to the different types of the system parameters. And this solar energy potential, which we having the high intensity more than, as we mentioned, 2200 kilowatt hour per meter square, and which is having high power density of 3 to 6.3 meters per second, which is for the wind resources. Therefore, the final conclusion here is the system 2 is the best configuration compared to the system 1, which is having $0.708 per kilowatt hour. And here we have $10.2 per kg. Therefore, the huge production rate, which will be speaks about the with less configuration, with the optimum configuration, that is the main focus here. Therefore, and future recommendations also, we made some studies as per the case study. This hydrogen production system may need to be constructed with a better electrolyzer and utilizing factors. It may also be reducing the size and cost of the system. That means if you are able to go with the better quality of the systems, definitely the cost of operation can be minimized. And this is as per the observations, as per the literature, highly recommended to apply similar scenario in other parts of the Oman. We were concentrated only 4-5 parts in Oman as per the statistical investigation, and we can able to proceed this one for the other parts of the country like Jabal Akhtar, Tamrit, Mashira Island. These are all the open places. Jabal Akhtar is the one of the hill area. We can able to make these type of arrangements at the different parts of the country. Therefore, coming to the major conclusions for this one, especially as we mentioned, there is a lot of importance of the renewable energy sources day by day, day-to-day life. Because of all depleting of these conventional energy resources, definitely we need to go for another alternative resources, especially where it is available, what much quantity is available, whether it is seasonally feasible or not, what is the geographical conditions and the location of these factors has to be considered to construct the new solar energy conversion power plants. Sometimes we may couple or integrated with the wind energy power plants. This is number one. Number two, having said that, this industrialization is day by day it is increasing. Obviously, there is a release of so many gases, chemicals, etc. We have to be protect our environment as much as possible as per the suitable recommendations. That is our top priority. Number two. Number three, especially we have plenty of water resources. That means plenty of water resources means the salinity of the water is more. One more example I can quote it here. Here, whatever the water we are drinking from the desalination water, we have no facility for underground water like in India. Whatever they are treating by using 14 desalination plants in around in Oman, whatever the water is coming from here, we will be drinking, and they may use some water for the gardening, etc. also. But they will be making beautiful gardening here. Therefore, because of this saline water, if you are able to use, definitely it will be converted into the potable drinking water. These alternative mechanisms, if you are able to concentrate, this desalination plants, if you are able to combine or integrated with solar energy, there are some huge projects are going on, in our college level and as well as the department level, the renewable energy sources, they are integrated with the solar energy with respect to the wastewater treatment. This wastewater treatment, which is comes from the industries. We have petroleum corporations, Petroleum Development of Oman (PDO), some of the industries related to the major petroleum sectors. Therefore, the wastewater which is generated from industries, that is coupled with respect to the solar energy, definitely we may get the some good expected results as a part of our research. These are all some of the references we were able to concentrate for our study. Thank you for listening. Any questions?
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and it's an excellent work, sir. And you have seen how, I mean, it is on the impacts of renewable energy sources.
Exactly.
Sir, yes, sir. So, anything on solar PV panels is done in this project, sir?
Exactly, no, sir. Actually, we
Okay.
did the case study as per the region.
Okay, okay, sir. Actually,
Because,
we are, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes,
We are
yes,
nowadays observing that the solar PV waste is also increasing slowly in the developed countries.
exactly.
So, any such recycling or no, it is not there in this.
No, sir.
Sir, and one
Actually,
more thing, sir.
this is the research area. It is under progress, sir. Actually, this country just they are started the research. It is
Okay, sir.
initiated from long 4-5 years back. Now it is slowly it is moving. The government is also giving so much funding projects to the educational institutions also. Recent
Okay.
times.
Okay, sir. And you are saying about the desalination of water, sir.
Yes.
And that is linked with solar, sir. I could not get that, sir. Can you please elaborate this, sir?
Sure, sir. Actually, we have plenty of energy resources in Oman.
Okay.
Whatever the energy resources has been, whatever the energy radiations or solar energy, which will be, if you are able to make some panels, solar panels, if you are able to convert that into energy, this energy they can able to treat this saline water by using the desalination techniques. That means
Okay.
integration of the solar energy, which will be used to
For
process
steam.
this desalination water for getting the drinking water.
Okay.
That means they are using the energy for
Okay.
making these operations. Especially,
Okay.
we need some energy for the desalination sector.
Yes, sir.
In addition to the technology, that energy has been produced from the solar.
Okay. I mean, it's in the electrical form or both electrical and heat, sir?
Exactly, it is like a heat energy, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Your work is very interesting, sir. I request the other participants, you may unmute yourself and please post your questions. Okay, sir. And one more thing, sir. You have done any analysis in this carbon footprint levels and all, sir?
No, sir. No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. It's a wonderful presentation. And if any participants, if you want to clarify your queries, it is the right time now. So request the participants.
Sir, participants are students or staff members, sir?
Staff members, sir. Staff members, mostly staff members and research scholars, and few students.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I think the participants are clear with this presentation. Now I request my colleague, Mr. Hussein Sheikh, to convey a vote of thanks for this session.
Thank you for contacting Vijayalakshmi ma'am. Vijayalakshmi only contacted me for arranging this one with one of my friend Motilal. He is also
Yes, sir.
working in my department.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Rajesh, sir. I am Hussein Sheikh, Assistant Professor, Triple Department, VJIT. I would take this opportunity to thank first the resource person, today's resource person, Dr. Nageswar Rao L. Sir, thank you so much for taking some time. Especially, sir, the way you correlated the concepts with some case studies and the practical examples, and taking some time and obliging our request. Thank you so much. And I thank the participants without whom these type of events wouldn't be successful. I thank the administration VJIT, Director Dr. E. Saibaba Reddy Garu, Principal Dr. A. Padmaja Madam, for keep encouraging we people to conduct such type of events, for encouraging as well for supporting in the best way possible. I thank our HOD Dr. A. Srujana Garu for making we people to conduct these type of events, especially this event to rope in different resource persons, which made this event a very good successful. And I thank my colleagues who are roped in, and they did their part to make this session and all the sessions possible. And yeah, finally, I thank for giving opportunity to propose vote of thanks. So thanks for the thanks. So thank you so much, Rajesh sir.
Thank you, sir. I once again thank Dr. Nageshwara Garu for spending his wonderful time with us and enlightening us with his insights on his project, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir Nageshwara sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a small doubt, sir.
Yes.
Could you please explain the desalination process, sir, which is unlikely which happen in India in general. So it is very common at Gulf countries, I think.
Yes,
So
sir.
could you please explain basic thing about that one, sir? I mean, how much power it takes, how much effort it needs, how exactly it happen over there?
Okay, I can give the brief introduction only, but
Yes, sir.
wise I have
Yes,
no
sir. Yes,
clarity
sir.
on that one, sir. Actually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Generally, as we know, desalination is a separation process. It's like a mass transfer operation. Through the membranes, they have to be separated with respect to some chemicals.
Yes, sir.
Right? Therefore, whenever if you have huge quantity of water, they have to be separated by huge separations, and purposefully they may add some chemicals for the removal of some contaminants. They need to maintain some standards of water, BOD level, DO, TDS, TSS. As per our requirements, they were able to make some chemicals and they will be converting into normal potable water, drinking water. And but statistical wise, power consumption all I have to investigate.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And we request the participants to fill the feedback form, which is posted in the messages. So please, once again, we request all the participants to fill the feedback form.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think someone wants to ask something.
Yeah, thank you all participants for attending the program. I think Rajesh has left. It may be a technical issue. Thank you all for your presence over here. I request all the participants to fill the feedback form.
Yes, ma'am. I have some technical issue.
Yes, sir.
So I couldn't. I got disconnected. Once again, I'll share the Google form if anybody wants. So all the participants, please fill the Google form link shared in the group. And you may leave the session once you fill the Google form. Thank you all.
Rajesh,
Ma'am.
any technical issue for the speaker?
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. The
It is
session is
ended,
ended.
ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
no, I got a call, so I have logged out.
Okay.
By the
okay.
time I logged in, I could not find. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.